Hi, thanks for coming to this workshop. We're going to do some winter seed sowing today. Basically what this is we're going to take one of these gallon jugs that is like an old milk jug or old water container, and we're going to make it into a mini greenhouse. So I'd recommend saving these instead of recycling them. Just save 5 or 6 of them and try out this little experiment. This is my first time doing a winter sowing seed project, so I'm going to make all the mistakes for all of us, and then we'll see how it goes from here. So really, when you're going to be doing your winter sowing, you want to make sure that you're using cold hardy plants, or seeds, annuals or perennials. You could do broccoli, you could do kale, you could do cauliflower. For this tutorial, obviously you're just going to need a gallon milk jug or water jug, a razor blade, possibly a Sharpie, some scissors, and maybe another little container that you can make a little tag with, which I'll show you in a minute. So basically what you're going to do is just make a little incision with your razor blade right underneath the handle. You want to be careful with these. There we go. And then you want to leave about an inch right here so that you can flip it open, leave it flexible. And then you're also going to want to make some drainage holes on the bottom. So I think I'm going to do it with the razor blade. I've seen people use screwdrivers before that are like heated up, which make like a really nice little hole, but I think this will also be fine. I'm just making little cutouts on the bottom. And take your time. It doesn't have to be pretty or perfect or anything. We just want to give enough drainage holes that water can easily move down through the soil. I think I'm making, 6 total at the moment. These little triangles. So you can see that, some drainage holes. I've also seen people do a couple drainage holes up here. So I think I might just do 2 of those. Lets in a little bit more rain.
Probably some air too.
And probably some air too. Okay, so this is looking really good. We need to fill it with about 3 or 4 inches of soil. So fill that up. A little bit more. Cool. So that's pretty much filled. About 3 or 4 inches, and then we're just going to water this and get this soil extremely moist, I'm going to say. And you'll be able to tell if it's getting through the bottom, which is what we want. Great. Yeah, you can see that draining down there, which is lovely. Great. Okay. So this is all set. We're gonna do some planting now. I think I'm gonna plant some lettuce in this one. So you can just follow the instructions on the back. So I'm gonna put a fair amount into here, and then I can go ahead and thin them later. Yeah, the most important part after, you know, getting your seeds in there is just finding a really good place in the yard that gets a lot of sun. And this is Toasty, our neighborhood cat, who loves to garden. You know, make it a community effort. Invite your neighbors. I'm basically, you know, finished. All you're gonna do is close this top. You're gonna take some, I'm using just clear Scotch, you know, packing tape, but you can use duct tape if you have it. I'm gonna see how this works, just because I'm curious about the light getting in, and hopefully it'll last in the weather, but you can always add tape later too. Oh, one thing I almost forgot is I want to label what is inside of this. So, one of the things that I think is nice is just to reuse everything, reuse the plastic that you have laying around. In this case, I'm just going to make a little label from an old, you know, plastic to-go container. And if you have a Sharpie on you, that would be great. And I'm just going to put lettuce and maybe the name of it. Name of the type of lettuce. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to stick that inside. I've heard that when you write it with Sharpie on the outside, maybe the sun fades that text a little bit. So, alright, and then we're just going to close this up. And we're pretty much done. Thank you so much for coming to listen to this. I hope that you try this and it's fun for you at home and you get to do some winter seed sowing of your own in some little mini greenhouses. Good luck. I wanted to do a follow-up video and show you all what came from our milk jug gardening experiment. So in late January we planted cilantro, a couple different lettuces, and some Swiss chard, and we left these outside and they endured the snow, all the winter rain, that ice storm, and they came out surviving. They look really good. A few of them didn't do as well as some of the others, but we'll get into that and I'll show you exactly what grew inside. Okay, so this is looking good. Let's start over here. These are our cilantro starts, and I probably have about 10 or 12 in this little container, and they look really, really healthy. So that is awesome. Moving over to the mesclun mix, this mesclun mix went really wild, and I'll probably be thinning these out. There's a ton of like yellow leaves on the bottom, and I think that's probably because the taller leaves blocked out some of the sun, but all in all, this is looking pretty great. This next one is the Swiss chard. So it looks like we have two or three little germinations here. So one of them is looking really good. Definitely the least productive of our milk jug experiments. This one is great. This is our spotted lettuce mix, and they're actually pretty healthy in there. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll probably be thinning those out as well. And lastly was another, we have another cilantro jug. So these are all looking pretty good. Because everything was planted outside and is cold hardy, These will probably tolerate a little bit of a frost, so we can probably start putting these out soon into the garden and transplanting them. Yeah, so this is really exciting. I hope that you all enjoyed the first video and this follow-up video showing what we did here, and good luck gardening.